Hi there, this is Rob at Reason101.net, and I'm here to continue on with the Dr. OctoKong, which is a loop player which has about 80 loops tied inside it. And this session, number 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit about how to create some effects and put these effects on your pads. So basically, if you play in a loop, which I'm going to start playing with my keyboard here. Okay, so now I've got an overdrive on pad 13. So if you press down on pad 13, hold it down, it affects the overdrive for all the loops. Lift it up and it stops. Same thing with, I put a tape echo on number 14. And then if you lift it up, that stops as well. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do, which I probably won't get into in this tutorial, but you can play, let's see. Okay, I put a delay select on pad 11. There's 5 different delays, so you can cycle through those delays by pressing the pad. So press 11, and you got your first delay. Press it again, you got another delay. Again, you got a third kind of delay. Fourth one. Fifth one. And then number 6 takes it back to where there's no delay. Same thing, I've got a, let's see what else. I've got a reverb on pad number 12, and I got 5 different reverbs. So if you press it down, that's a hall reverb. Press it again, you've got a room reverb. Press it again, you've got a gated reverb. Small room reverb. And that's a pan reverb. Press it again, it goes back to normal. So that's one of the things you can do. Let's just move the computer keyboard over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically show you how you can add the effects devices that are up here on pad 13 and 14. All I did basically was add the overdrive and the tape echo here into the Kong module, and I'll just show you how that's going to work. So let me open up my original file. This first one doesn't have those effects up there. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up the Kong Drum Designer. On the bus effects, you're going to put the overdrive, and I'm going to use B, and we'll just keep it as is for now. And then on the master effects, I'm going to add a tape echo. Okay, now underneath the Kong, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, well, actually before I do that, let's flip it around. Okay. Let us, let's hide those cables. Alright, so now what's going to happen is, if you take a look, you got the cables going out here. So instead of having them go out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the master, well, actually no, what I'm going to do is, yes, I'm going to take this output, I'm going to put it into the input on Kong. Okay, so what's happening is you're going to get all these wonderful loops. They're going to go through this, all their channels, then they're going to go to the master output. They're going to get sent through Kong, and then they're going to come out to here, to the main audio out, and you're going to send that main audio output up to the main from devices cables. So now when you turn it around, you've got the overdrive and the tape echo, which are both on. The other thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to send the gate signal. So when you press down on 13, you want that to trigger your bus effects. So let's open up the programmer here. We'll have the gate output for 13 on CV3. Change that to unipolar. Boost the trim knob all the way. Same thing with 14. I'm going to put it on CV4, unipolar, all the way. Okay, so now this is going to be your compressor, or your overdrive, and then this over here is going to be your tape echo. Okay. Now go into Kong in your drum designer, or in your in your combinator modulation routing. You're going to select CV input 3, and you're going to go to your global effects, and this is going to be bus effects on, and then go to CV input 4, and this is going to be your global effects, your master effects on. Okay, 0 to 1. So now what's going to happen is each time you trigger 13, that's going to send a gate signal into CV3, which is going to tell the combinator to turn the bus effects on for both of these. And we'll start off with turning them off. So when we play, and I'll just get out my keyboard, run pattern devices. Okay. So now if I play a loop device, hold down the overdrive, it's going to run. Hold down tape echo. It's actually going through the echo process. Now, the only problem is, you'll notice if you press below halfway, you're not going to hear that overdrive. And I'll just boost the drive just so you can actually hear it. You can hear it when it's up here, when you press the pad up here. You can't hear it when you press the pad down here. Okay, that has to do with the CV routing. And in order to get around that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a spider CV merger and splitter. I'm actually going to create 2 of them. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this gate output for 13. I'm going to put it over here for the merged output. I'm going to put the gate out for 13, send that into the split A. I'm going to put one split here, put another split there, send one split to split B, another split there, another split there. Then I'm going to send that merged output over to split A over here. Send one there. Send another one there. Back to split B. Another one here, another one here. Okay, now just turn up all these trim knobs. Okay, now by doing that, basically what it's doing is it's compounding that CV signal exponentially. It still doesn't get the bottom edge of this pad, but you can get you can hit this pad pretty much anywhere, and it's going to turn on the overdrive. So let's play it again. And if I play the pad, you do hear the overdrive. Play it right on the bottom though. Ooh, you do get it. Yeah, if you play it right on the bottom, you don't hear the overdrive. But most anywhere else on the pad, you do hear it. And you probably want to turn it down a bit. And of course, you can put in any kind of effect you want to put in. You can put in a rattler. Change your echo a little bit, turn down the time. Leave the frequency alone, turn up the resonance, maybe turn up the frequency a little bit, turn up the dry wet. Okay, so that's basically how to add effects into the different pads and increase the ability to add some effects onto your system here. Just going to close this down. No, I don't want to save it. And then, of course, the other thing I did, I added a bunch of delays here, a bunch of reverbs, and those are both tied to these 2 pads here. So you've got yourself 80 loops that you can play all simultaneously, or you can play 10 each at any given time. You can add 5 different delays, you can add 5 different reverbs. You have an FX unit which is tied to Kong on the bus effects, and an effects unit tied to Kong on the master effects, and you can sequence your different patterns to move from each loop bank, to move from bank 1 to bank, you got 8 banks on each pad, so you can randomly sequence through those different sets of loops, or you can go forward using pad 16 through all those loops. I hope this gives you a good comprehensive look at the OctoKong that I created. Don't forget you also have all these parameters up here that you can play with on the rotaries and buttons. And I will make this available as usual on my site at reason101.net. I'm your host Rob, and come back and join me again when I have a new video. Thanks for watching.